Today we're going to make an English trifle. Yes, I say an English trifle. The reason why I'm making an English trifle is because when I was growing up in the 60s, my parents, well, my dad used to always make a trifle on a Sunday. We'd have a roast beef dinner and then we'd have trifle at night time, but we always had jam sandwiches with it or whatever was in the house at the time. So today I'm going to make a trifle, but it's going to be a different trifle, sort of, because today I'm going to use for my base Twinkies, which are Canadian. So I'm going to try that and see how that goes. So first of all, we have to get the Jello, as we say, we use jelly in England, and jelly is like cubes. So what happens is, when my dad used to make the trifle, I used to take a piece of jelly and Dad would say, you know, it's going to set in your belly, and I'd laugh, but it never set in my belly. Anyways, we've got the Jello in the jug, and now I'm going to get some hot boiling water, which I thought I'd put the kettle on, but in the meantime I can talk to you a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unwrap these Twinkies and I'm going to place them in the bowl. Because in England we use trifle sponges, but I can't seem to find them here, so I'm using Twinkies. And plus they have a bit of cream in the middle, so they're going to taste really nice. I think we'll try and use them all. We'll spread them in the dish, as you can see. And these Twinkies were only $2.99, so not too expensive. So that's two. We have 6 of them, so we're going to put 6 in. And then we're going to make the Jello. But we're also going to add a tin of fruit cocktail, Del Monte's. I'm going to use a little bit of the juice with the jelly. I was just waiting for the kettle to boil, so I'll just have a coffee. Oh, and by the way, we're going to use custard powder. I'm going to make my own custard, and then we're going to use whipping cream for the top of the trifle. So hopefully it'll turn out nice. Oh, and we use milk as well for the custard. Just waiting for the kettle to boil. I always find that when you boil in a kettle in England, it takes longer. I don't know why, but if you boil a kettle no, sorry about that. I meant to say, if you boil a kettle in England, it gets quicker. In Canada, it seems to take forever, like everything else. People are so laid back here. But it's a nice place to live. I'm just talking to you, so yeah. So we're going to make the custard after we've made the Jello, and then we're going to add the fruit cocktail. So we're going to pour it into here till about there, about 2 to 3 cups. And we're going to mix it. We're going to add some fruit to it. So I'm going to keep mixing this. While that's getting mixed, I can be opening the fruit salad. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a cup and put the juice in there. The juice is good anyway, so. In a glass. I'm going to put the juice in there. I don't want too much. I'll just done that. I use fruit cocktail because it's all different kinds of fruit. So we've got the jelly, And then what we're going to do, we're going to add the fruit cocktail to the dish. Just like this. So easy. You've got cherries and you've got everything in there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of juice, just give it a flavour. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this jelly, make sure it's all mixed up, there's no lumps in there. And then I'm going to pour the jelly into there, so hopefully. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the fridge, look, and then we're going to put it in the fridge for till it hardens. Okay, we're going to get 2 tablespoons of custard, in the bowl. Well, actually I'll put 2, make it 2.5. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some milk so it makes a paste. Oh, plus we need some sugar. We need, it just gives it a bit of taste, just maybe half a sugar, because we're not so sweet. We don't like a lot of sweet things. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix it till it makes it into a paste. And I'm going to put some milk in the pan. Maybe, I'm not going to measure it, I'm just going to guess. And then we're going to keep doing this. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take it over to the stove. And we're going to put it on the stove and we're going to make some real custard. In the meantime, I'll just keep mixing this till it's a paste. So what happens now is when it's a paste, no more bits in there, I'm going to slowly add it to the milk. Stir it and put it on a low heat because we don't want it to boil too quickly. At the moment it's just water. Well, milk is, not water. See, it's getting a little bit thicker now. We'll turn it up a little bit. We make this ahead, so what happens then is it gets to cool down. So, because there's no point in putting hot custard on top of jelly because it'll just go to the bottom. And then we have to do the cream. Oh, homemade custard. Just take it off the boil and put it on a low heat now because a low heat makes it get thicker. Bubbling. It's done, look. Homemade custard. Nothing out of the packet. Look. So thick. So what I'm going to do with this custard now is I'm going to cover it over with some paper so it can cool out at room temperature. I'm just going to put that on there and I'm going to leave it over there to cool down. Well, now we're going to see if the jello's set and then we're going to start doing the other toppings. Yep, the jello's set at the bottom, you've got the cake and you've got the fruit. So now, what we're going to do, we're going to add the custard. So now we're going to add the custard. And we're going to spread it around. There's no lumps or anything in this custard. It's always better to let it cool before you put it on the jelly, because if you don't, it just sinks to the bottom. So we're just going to do that. Put that to one side, and then we're going to smooth it out. Just going to give it a little, so it's all covered. Actually, oh, that's good. We just do it like that. Everything's covered over. Just a bit more there. Cover that big cherry over. And there's no lumps in this custard. So now we're going to put this in the dishwasher. Oops, I broke my neck. And I'll put this in there. It's a good thing about having a dishwasher. So now we're going to place this back in the fridge while I mix the cream. Better to have a cold dish. I always put it in the freezer, so the cream, and I'm going to put all this cream in. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get my mixer, my magic mixer, which I've had since I moved to Canada, but I burnt a bit. I must have put it on the stove when I put it down. So now what we're going to do, we're going to mix the cream. Just like I mixed the cream for the birthday cake. It's just whipping cream. Whipping cream for 85%. Lactose free, whatever that is. See, look, I'm hoping. I better put that there just in case. No? So, you can tip it up, it's all fluffy. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to get the trifle back out of the fridge. I'm going to get a spoon. And what we're going to do now is we're going to put the cream onto the trifle. Just depends how much cream you want. I love cream, as you can tell. So it goes like that. I used to lick the bowl out when I was a kid, but I'm a bit old for licking the bowl out. I don't think it's very hygienic nowadays. So there you go. So all on the trifle. So we're gonna make it very nice. So what I'm gonna do next is I usually put some sprinkles on it, but I don't have any. So what I'm going to do, I have have you ever seen pink lemonade Kit Kat? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open it and I'm going to use my grater and I'm going to put some Kit Kat on it. Whatever I don't use, I can eat. Bit messy. Try that side. Clean it up. Just put it there a moment. There we go. Fruit, custard, cake, trifle. Easy. Not less than half an hour to make. And just put a Kit Kat bits on the top. And now I'm going to put that in the fridge. Because it's a bit early to be trying it. But, what time is it? Ah, it's 12:20. Maybe try a little bit. You know what, I think I need to go on a diet after all this. So what I'm going to do is, look, you get everything. You get the jelly, you get the cake, the custard and the cream. So I'm just going to try a little bit. Let's try. Oh, that's so nice. I mean, not just because I've made it. The bits on the top give it that little bit of a taste, and the Twinkies, they even make it taste even better. Oh, the custard's really nice, and the cream and the jelly. That is so nice. Well, thank you for watching Nana's Kitchen. Hope to be back soon.